anyway, I don't know if you know anything about my channel.
Yeah, yes,
I teach Shakespeare from an actor's point of view because I fell in love with it, not in English class, but in acting class, and I'm sure you probably relate.
Same.
So anyway, we're just, all my followers are Shakespeare lovers, and I'm sure they'll be so excited to hear from you.
Oh,
so thank
great.
you.
Well, that's exactly how I fell for it too. In school, I didn't get it at all, and in high school, I didn't get it at all. It wasn't until I actually acted it, and I was in a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream in high school, in my senior year in high school, and it cracked open for me.
Yeah.
And and then every time I have the privilege of being in a play by Shakespeare, I always think this is all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not possible to just do this all the time. I mean, I guess it is, but it's a little bit harder.
It doesn't always pay the bills, no matter how good it is.
Right. And then of course, when I'm doing other things, I do like that too. It's just, ooh, this is good stuff.
Yeah. Gosh. All right, I guess I should introduce you. This is the brilliant, incomparable Michael Urie.
Oh.
He is playing Richard II here at the Astor Place Theater in New York City. First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for meeting with me. You did a double show today, right?
2 doubles in a row. We had, it was a 5-show weekend. We had Friday night. We were off for Thanksgiving. But then Friday night, 2 Saturday, and 2 Sunday. So.
Richard II is not a small part, and particularly the way you're staging it. You were on stage the whole time. So I guess my first question is, how are you still standing?
Well, as you'll see, I'm leaning.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what's weird? I've noticed this in other 5-show weekend shows. It's Saturday's the hard day, not Sunday. It's the day when you know you have another day.
Still one more to go.
Because here, today, I can really just leave it all on the stage. And on Saturday, you feel like you got to keep a little for Sunday. And there's always the fear, I mean, I find, especially when I'm playing a big part, where you really need your voice, or like a musical, obviously, like, I mean, any play, but especially something where you really need your voice and you talk a lot. I'm just worried about getting sick all the time.
I'm sure.
Always.
Yeah.
Like constantly worried about, and I did get sick, a little sick. I didn't get too sick, but I got a little sick right before we opened.
Oh gosh. Well, that's not ideal timing.
Right, of course, because that's when all the critics are coming in the last few previews, and but it was okay. It ended up being okay. I only had like one day where I like snuck out, didn't say hello to any people, and I didn't talk all day the next day, and I ended up being okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you, you've said that Richard II is a dream role for you, that you've been chasing playing Richard for 20 years.
Yeah.
What is it about this character that 20 years ago you saw it and were like, I want to do that, I'm drawn to this character?
Well, I saw a great actor play it. It was Lee Pace.
I love him.
Who was a 4th year at Juilliard when I was a 2nd year, and they did it in his 4th year. And it was a great production, very Juilliard, very like clear and the whole thing, and it was a real good sense, a great way to see a play for the first time. I didn't know anything about it, and I just thought it was so beautiful, and he was wonderful. And I think this is true. I think this is true, especially in Shakespeare, but in all like plays that get done over and over again. Sometimes another actor will crack something open for you, and you'll think, oh my gosh, brilliant, I respect, I love, I want to do that. I don't want to steal. I'll steal some, but I want to. I could do that. Couldn't do what they're doing, but I could play that part. It's like it's a really, and it's happened to me a few times, especially with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And you see it. You just see it how it's done, and it's a blueprint. It becomes like a blueprint. You're like, okay. And I think that's like, that's why these plays are so old, because they're so incredible, and there's.
That's why they've lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not why they're so old. That's why they've lasted. You're right. You're right. They're so old. They've lasted, and they're so. You'll forgive me. I'm a little.
It's all right. You've had a busy day, busy weekend.
But the other thing that I saw in this role that I responded to is he's not a warrior. Yeah. He's not a he's not a alpha male. He's not super masculine.
Yeah.
He's often thought to be queer-coded, certainly in our production. He's
all the way
queer-coded.
Long history of queer-coded Richards, and even women playing Richard.
Yes, absolutely.
Fascinating.
And there was not a toughness to him, not a hardness to him, but a softness and a gentleness. and certainly flawed, and
Oh, yeah.
and actually in this production and Craig Baldwin, our amazing director's vision of him, far more devious and front-footed. I think a lot of times people sort of sit back and they think, oh, he just doesn't care. He's aloof. He's not interested in being king, or he just wants the pretty things, and he doesn't. He's interested, and he's involved, and he is enmeshed in this world. I mean, and this is the beginning of the whole history cycle. And all of these plays are essentially about how not only is it hard to be the king, it's deadly to be the king. It's good. And I mean, I talk about it in the play. All the kings, they all have a bad demise.
And what a gorgeous speech.
Oh my
on
gosh.
top of that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Richard II. It's an anomaly among Shakespeare's plays because it's written entirely in verse, right? Most of Shakespeare's plays are a mix of verse and prose.
Right.
What do you think it is about this play that lends itself to that form?
Yeah. They're all poets. Even Scroop, even Lord Scroop comes in.
Even the gardeners speak
Even the
in
gardeners,
verse.
yes, and speak in beautiful poetry. I mean, for me, Scroop, who is in our version like a general, and like a southern gruff kind of a guy, he speaks in poetry. And glad you're so ready to hear the tidings of calamity. And just like the words that he chooses. And I think it's because at Richard's heart, he's a poet. There is something lyrical. Like he should have become an artist, not a king. He should have become some kind, like.
He reminds me of Hamlet in so many ways. Like they're just similarities between the roles, and
they're very self-aware. They're both very self-aware, and I think that's the thing it's so interesting doing this. And really, I can't credit Craig enough, our director, for pushing me in this direction, because a lot of times Richard is just kind of like not paying attention and like not really engaged, and just a poet. And he's so much more than he's so self-aware of what it is to be king. I mean, that speech, that beautiful speech, he knows exactly what happens to kings. And he's talking about kings that are yet to come in that speech, many of them. And he knows exactly what being king is about, and he knows what, and that is how he was able to create this little chosen family for himself, Bushy Bagot and Green and O'Merle and his queen. That is his posse. That's his like little queer family, and none of them, I mean, O'Merle's a cousin, and the queen is, a princess from France, or was, and now is queen. But those other three, they're just people. They're not royals. They're not to the manor born, and that's why the rest of the royals have it out for Richard. He has created this, in our version, very queer little community at the top of the kingdom, and there's also quite a bit of mismanagement. But that's, I mean, Richard's trying to stay king, so he has to like do dirty things. I mean, it's
whatever he needs to do.
Right. Just like all of them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Richard II has some of the most gorgeous poetry, I think, in the whole canon. Do you have a particular line that you just look forward to saying every night?
It changes. Now it's the one that I'm most fond of is, I'm going to say it wrong. Watch, it's so weird. I just said it 5 times in a row, but I'm going to say it wrong. It's in when he's talking about, what do they want me to do? What am I supposed to do? Am I going to be deposed? Fine, depose me. You want my name? Take it. I don't care. Take it. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll change my jewels for a set of beads. My large kingdom for a little grave, little grave, an obscure grave, or I'll be buried in the king's highway, some way of common trade, where subjects' feet may hourly trample on their sovereign's head. For on my heart they tread now, whilst I live. Oh,
guys.
So good. It's such a good
gorgeous speech.
Such a good, beautiful, so self-aware, so like, that's, I don't, just do that. Just do that. Because there is this whole like, and this is what's so cool about the framing device, which in our production.
I love your framing device.
Isn't that cool?
I think it's brilliant.
So in our play, in our version, I'm in prison at the beginning. I'm in prison the whole time, really. You see me in prison at the beginning, and then I'm remembering everything that happened and filling in the gaps myself. I'm imagining what I wasn't there for, and so like there's this like. This idea that I'm figuring out how to be done with life. It's kind of like I need to be at peace.
Yeah.
And that's when I say, in the opening speech, I say, whate'er I be, nor I, nor any man that but man is, with nothing shall be pleased till he be eased with being nothing, which to me is, I gotta be at peace with my life before I can go.
There's an existentialism to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what he's searching for. That's why he's remembering back this whole thing that happened, because he needs to figure out how did I get here? How did I get to this point? And how can I be at peace with the choices I made and the choices that were made on me? Yeah. And it's, in our version, it's when the Queen gets O'Merle pardoned that he is at peace. And then the coda is that Northumberland gets O'Merle to kill me, which is, because I am killed, I go to heaven. That's what our play says. I'm giving away everything.
You're giving away the ending. Oh no.
But because he murders me, he damns all of England, really.
Yeah.
And that's the
That's
beginning.
what you feel from this play. It's like, oh, this is just the beginning, and you have the whole tetralogy or whatnot after this. It
is just the beginning.
It's just the beginning, and what a beginning, though. My goodness.
Yeah, totally.
We talk about verse a lot on my channel, and I'm curious if, because a lot of young actors are scared of iambic pentameter. They're like, don't know how to use it, that sort of thing, and it can be intimidating. And I always try to reassure people, like, no, it's there to help you.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, is there a specific line that you can think of in this play where the verse like illuminated something for you, gave you insight, and you were like, I probably wouldn't have made this choice or realized this if it weren't for how it's written?
Well, there's a lot of rhyme in this play.
Yes.
Which there's not a lot. There's more rhyme in this play than any of the other plays I've done.
Yeah.
And that, it's all in iambic pentameter. It's all, and there's very few irregular lines, and there's a lot of rhyming couplets, which are great. Sometimes they get, sometimes they make people laugh. Sometimes they are. They rhyme, but not the way we say it.
Yes.
Like not in our accents. And then sometimes, like, there's one that where I speak in like an Irish accent.
I noticed that today. I wanted to ask you about it.
So that's a rhyming couplet. It's come on, our queen, be merry. Tomorrow we must part. Be merry, for our time of stay is short. So they rhyme part with short. Yeah. But if you speak it in an Irish accent, it rhymes.
And it makes perfect sense because you're going off to the Irish Wars.
Yes.
But have you, by any chance, looked up David Crystal and Ben Crystal and their explorations into Shakespeare's original pronunciation?
No.
Oh my
goodness.
I haven't. You will be obsessed.
Oh.
Look them up.
Okay.
They're fascinating.
Cool.
But they've been able to essentially recreate Shakespeare's original pronunciation.
Whoa, that's so interesting.
Through linguistic history and rhymes and all of that. And so like what you're talking about, the rhymes that don't rhyme anymore, but they used to. And an Irish accent is kind of similar sounding to that original pronunciation. So but I love that choice you made. It was great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But to answer your question about a line that really is ba-dum, 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 and it was super helpful. I mean, I find that if I'm not sure where the stress is, then that usually illuminates it for me. If I'm like, what does this line mean? I usually can just say it in the rhythm, and it makes sense. That's the thing about, and that's why you and I are kindred spirits, because the reading of it in class, I had no idea. It's not until you speak it or see it spoken that it makes any sense.
Absolutely.
I think.
Yeah.
Even if you're alone, speaking it out loud, like that's the only way I'm going to understand
One of
this
my
stuff.
mentors always says, if you rob Shakespeare of his music, you rob him of half his genius. And I love that because it's the sound of the words. It's not, he communicates meaning not just through the meaning of the words, but through the sounds of them.
Totally.
And you hear that in a play like Richard II so much when it's all about rhyme and verse and all of that. So it's just, it's a pleasure, first of all, just to get to see this play performed in New York City. It's horribly underperformed because it's a gorgeous piece of art, and like I said, some of the most gorgeous verse in the canon.
Yeah. I think it's underdone because it seems like nothing happens. but
so much happens.
like a lot happens.
Yeah.
A lot happens because I was like I want to do it. There's all these things, but I was a little nervous going into it. I was like, nothing happens for like an act, and Craig was like, oh no. Stuff happens. Trust me, stuff happens, and he's right, and he found it. Like you gotta go for it and really mine all that stuff. Now you gotta, it's. He's a terrific director. Nice. Everyone should hire him.
All right. One last question, I guess. Do you have a hankering to play any other Shakespeare characters on the horizon?
Leontes.
Yes. Oh, I
Iago.
love The Winter's Tale. Yes.
Benedict. Just a few.
Just a few. Yeah.
The Duke in Measure for Measure.
Measure for Measure.
Weird one, right?
My favorite play. I've played Isabella twice.
No kidding.
I love that play.
I think that Duke role is kind of cool.
He's fascinating.
I think he's kind of interesting.
His motivations are so,
yeah.
You can interpret them in so many different ways.
Yeah. Yeah, what's he about?
Yeah. Oh, you'd be a
What
great
about you?
Duke.
What about you?
Oh gosh, what's funny? I've played Isabella, but I would love to play her again. I would love to do a full production of Beatrice in Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah.
And I have lots of thoughts about Ophelia that I'd love to play her at some point. So
very cool.
Yeah. Anyway, lots of just you want to play every role in Shakespeare
Kinda.
because they're all so rich in different ways.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And we have the great Catherine Misley and the great Ron Canada, two mature actors who have done tons. Ron Canada has played Othello and Iago, one of the few.
Yeah.
And Catherine's done like so many shows in Central Park, and just she was Desdemona with Raul Julia, and and to get to see them play. Go on to traditional great part for an old guy. Yeah. And Ron just
that whole speech,
the England speech, yes, amazing, amazing.
Poetry. Yeah.
All British students should learn that speech.
Yes.
That's their home. But Catherine gets to play the Duke of York, which in our play is the Duchess of York, and it's so cool to watch like one of our great Shakespearean women actors take on this, I think, terrific supporting character and make it so much more interesting simply because she's a woman and she has her brilliance. That's you'd normally get like a gruff old guy to play that, or to watch a woman play it, a mother. Yeah. She's Merle's mother. She's our auntie. Like it's a very different relationship, and Catherine is so brilliant. Like normally you wouldn't get to see that, and there aren't that many roles for women that age in Shakespeare, but there's tons of men.
Yeah, and with
tons
Shakespeare, of course, it was all originally performed completely by men, and so in a way, sometimes gender can be really irrelevant and fluid in Shakespeare. There's a fluidity to it. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you like how the Queen saves Omerle at the end?
I did love that. That's great.
It's such a wonderful, like, bookend for that's the thing that makes Richard to see those two people, the two most important people to him, save each other, sort of.
Yeah.
Really cool. Well, it was so nice talking to you. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh my gosh, a pleasure. Richard II is playing now through December 14th at the Astor Place Theater. Get your tickets. See this guy. He's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What a pleasure. So nice to